enjoyed this one. Unfortunately, we don't have the director of Icky Picky Ponky with us tonight, but we're really happy and lucky to have the writer-director of Grace, Natalie Jasmine Harris. How are you, everyone? And actor Alexis Cocktail, Louise. Yeah, just go around for the moment. So I'm Céline Catelion. I'm from Martinique. I work in films. I do marketing mostly and also producing. And here at Black Star, I'm part of the committee, the programming committee for the short narratives, and I'm the chair of this. Hello, welcome. It's really nice to have you here. Yeah, you can take your mask off. Here, not there.
Thank you so much, everyone, for coming.
Good. Okay. So yeah, thanks a lot for a great film. We were really happy to watch it and to select it. It definitely was part of the selection, the overall selection. So thanks a lot for that movie. I will just let you introduce yourself and tell us a bit more about, why you really felt the urge to actually tell this story. Just tell us what you want to say about your idea, and maybe for you, Alexi, how you got the role and how you took on that.
Yeah, well, first, thank you so much. It's really awesome to be here at Black Star. I came here for the first time, I think, in 2018 as a viewer, so it's a really cool full circle experience to be here and have a film. And I think this is our first time playing in front of a feature as well, which is a really awesome experience, very unique for short films. But yeah, I'm Natalie Jasmine Harrison. I'm the writer, director, producer. I also did costume designs for Grace, a short film. Thank you. Yeah, and for me, the story came from a couple of different places. One of the main inspirations was I actually have an older cousin who's in her 70s and 80s, and she recently came out. And I had no idea that anyone in my family, besides me, was queer, and I was really interested in telling a story that was rooted in the past and talks about queerness, because I feel oftentimes a lot of people don't I think that it's a new thing, and just to be able to talk to that other generation and to keep their stories alive was really important to me. And I was also really inspired by films in the Black Women Gothic genre, Daughters of the Dust and The Original Color Purple, and a lot of literature and works of art that were also in that time period, but didn't really get to fully explore the queerness in a way that I feel could have been expanded upon. So I kind of wanted to create a film that could be in conversation with those stories.
Hi, my name is Alexis Schofield, and I played Louise in the film. In terms of my involvement, well, Natalie and I are just really great friends, and we have been for 6 years now. We met at NYU in one of our academic classes, but I actually did audition for the film because Sujata Pace is a casting director who I've auditioned for a few times, and she's cast me a few times. And so she just sent me the audition, and then it happened to be for Natalie's film. And so then it all just worked out because of that. Yeah.
And maybe you touched a little bit on that, but why did you feel that you had to take, because it's a message that is very contemporary, why did you feel that you had to take it back, to the 50s to actually tell the story and convey that message?
Yeah, I had always kind of dreamed of making a film that was a period piece. So I knew that I really wanted to tell a story that was not as contemporary, but still could resonate with the current state that we're in. And yeah, I think I also really wanted to tell the story and root it in the past because, again, I just feel a lot of the time people have this notion of that queerness is a new thing and that it hasn't existed for decades and generations, and to find out that someone in my family, like my ancestor, had a story that I didn't know, I really wanted to like unravel that and to tell that. And it's been really great to come to festivals and like show the film and have people who are older come to me, or even like younger people tell me like, oh, like my mom or my grandma is queer and like I didn't know, or you know, it was really hard for them, and be able to have them like connect with the film, because I feel like, you know, they haven't really been able to see that representation. Like a lot of the times our stories are like very contemporary, so I really wanted to like contribute something that was a little bit different.
Great. And last question for me, and then I will open it to the audience. You started the film with a quote from Zora Neale Hurston, like, was she an inspiration in any way or how?
Definitely, yeah. She's one of my favorite writers, and yeah, I read her as we're watching God when I was in high school, and I love to start my films with a quote. If you see my other short film, I do the same with the Baldwin quote, and I sent the film to a friend, and I was like, hey, I'm looking, you know, for a quote to begin my film, like set the tone, and she reminded me of the one that we put in film, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. So yeah, it kind of came later in, like later into the process, but that was a really big inspiration for me. Just thinking about like water and love and like the fleeting relationships that sometimes exist when you're young. So yeah, I think it was like a really great, almost like thesis statement to the film, to begin with that quote.
Great, it really resonates for sure. Any question in the audience? There's a microphone around. Don't be shy.
I also want to shout out, we have a lot of our crew here. We have two of our amazing producers, Samia and Morgan, and our production designer. And we also have our production designer, Ja, who really helped the film. She really contributed a lot to like the look and feel of the film, to really feel like we're immersed in the 50s. So yeah, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Question? Yeah.
Great film. This is my second time seeing it, so it's great to like revisit it again. And I guess something that I noticed this time, I think at the moment when I forgot the character's name, when she's closing the door, was there an impulse to like maybe like I was like say something, like when you were in the writing room, like did you go back and forth on that decision to like let that be like a final closure, and like what was that decision making process like?
Yeah, I was just telling Alexis how much I love that scene when like you come to the door and you look so happy, and then the juxtaposition of like being rejected and being turned away feels, yeah, like extra heavy. Yeah, that was a moment that I really knew that I kind of needed. You know, it is like a sad moment, you know, when she closes the door on like their relationship and that love. But I also feel like that's very real. And that's something that I was like, I think that we need it. But also a lot of it, like a lot of doing that scene, I feel like Jordan, who plays Grace, you know, also just kind of like really immerse yourself in the character, and like I didn't tell her to stay by the door for that long, or like take that deep breath and all those things, but she just kind of did that and was like with the character in that way. So I also felt like it was kind of like a choice that she also made to like have that moment of lingering. That yeah, it is like heartbreaking for sure. But yeah, again, I think like thinking about my cousin, like it taking her like 70 years to come out, I think that's like a very real part of like the experience. Since January, we had our premiere at Sundance, and so yeah, now it's August, and we're like kind of, I think, halfway into the run, maybe towards the end. Yeah, our goal is to be able to like put the film online in some way, shape, or form so that we can share it with more people. And yeah, I've been in development on my first feature for a while. It's called Pure. I have another short film called Pure that's on HBO Max that you can stream. And I'm working on making, yeah, I'm working on making that into a feature, hopefully like next year. And yeah, I just really want to keep telling more like coming of age stories that center Black girls and queer Black girls, just stories that like personally I haven't really been able to see. So that's really like what I'm working on next.
As far as my hopes for this film, we are kind of like at the end of the festival run. I'm excited for like an in-person big New York screening. Hopefully that comes. So that's where I'm located, and so to get a lot of friends and family to be there would be really exciting. And for also it to be visible online somewhere so that anyone can watch would be great. And I've mostly done a lot of theater in my life. This is like kind of my first experience with on-camera work to this extent, so hopefully I'll be doing more. But other than that, yeah, I'm excited to see where else Grace goes and if it becomes something larger.
Any questions, comments?
Hi, thank you so much for being here. The film was wonderful, beautiful, amazing, from like the color to the pacing to the attention to details, the shots, the homage that you were paying to Dawn of the Dust and to your inspiration was just so amazing, so stellar. It felt like really nurturing and warm. My questions are in the production design and the color. What direction did you have in like thinking before? And then second, you're working on your first feature with Pure. Do you have any plans for this film? Would you like this to be longer? Because I'm thinking of like the ending, and it kind of makes me want more. It's a great spot. I'm curious about like why you ended there, and if that was like to make us want some more.
Yeah. If you do you want to pass the mic to John? Do you want to talk about production design?
Hi.
So honestly, like when we first saw when I first saw the rooms, they were already kind of colored. So one of the rooms was purple, which was perfect for the tone of like what was happening in there. As well as just like the light that was coming through in trying to think of the dining room area where we were having the birthday party. It kind of was like already very pure in itself. So I just leaned in there basically, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. In terms of the question about seeing the film as something larger, I have definitely been interested in like expanding the story either in like a limited series. That would honestly be like my preference, but also would be open to adapting into a feature film. But I don't want to make that first because, you know, for the short film we shot on 16mm film, and like doing a period piece is such an undertaking. So it's something that I want to make anytime soon because I want to be able to do it well and like have like a big budget and really be able to like do the story justice. And it's something that I kind of envision as being like a larger love story between Grace and Louise, and like seeing them get older and like who they become, kind of like The Notebook. So yeah, that's something that I definitely like have in the back of my mind. But again, you know, I want to be able to do it well, so it's something that I've kind of like put on the back burner, and hopefully one day, I get the chance to do that.
Thank you. I'm ready for that when it happens.
And quick one, what was the reaction of your family, you know, like when they watched the film? Because you said that you had just, you know, like learn what was going on, like what was kind of hidden, so what was the reaction when they watched it?
Yeah, my family, they came to our premiere at Sundance and they really loved it. It was really awesome to like have that experience with them, and my grandma is the one who told me, like a lot of stories about her growing up down south and like visiting family and, like going out in the fields and like, like plucking peaches and she would like de-feather chickens, all these different things. And so when she saw the film, like the hot comb and different things, she was really happy and she was like, we used to do that. And, I think that it felt very nostalgic. And she was able to relate to it. And my cousin has seen it. We haven't gotten a chance to talk about it, but because, I want to have that one-on-one moment with her. But we haven't had that moment yet, but I hope that happens soon. We're having a family reunion coming up, so yeah.
We call you when was like for you. Yes, there's a question. Thank you very much for
Thank you.
So everyone, don't forget to go on Eventee, to vote for your favorite film.